Hello, are you ready to improve your English? Well, today you are inside of my refrigerator and we are going to improve our English with comprehensible input. What is comprehensible input? Comprehensible input is when a native speaker, like me, speaks in a way that you can understand. And today I am going to make a comprehensible input video for you by showing you how I eat every day. So today I'm going to show you everything I eat. We are going to talk about food and you are going to learn a ton of useful real life vocabulary in English. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey guys, Kyle here. I just want to welcome all of the new subscribers who found me on my recent videos or this video, and I want to give a big virtual hug and welcome back to all of my loyal subscribers who have been watching my videos, some of you guys for years. I appreciate you all very much. So before I show you guys what I eat in a day, let's talk a little bit about diet, okay? And your diet is what you eat, okay? Your diet is what you eat every day, every week, every month. And the thing about diet is everybody eats different, right? Some people like to eat little things all day long. All day they're snacking. To snack means that you're eating something little. Popcorn, potato chips, candy. Some people snack all day, okay? Some people like to eat the 3 main meals, okay? And in English, we call the traditional 3 meals breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is what you eat in the morning. Lunch is what you usually eat around 12 o'clock or 1 p.m. sometimes. And dinner, I would say people normally, traditionally eat dinner around 5 p.m. here in the United States. I know some places they eat dinner very late. I heard that in Spain, sometimes they eat dinner at like 10 p.m. Sounds weird to me. So, before I show you guys how I eat, let's talk about how I eat. And you guys are gonna get a lot of good vocabulary in this video, a ton. So, guys, I usually just eat 2 times a day. Normally, most days I eat twice a day. Sometimes I eat 3, but I never snack. I never eat snacks, little snacks, and I never eat more than 3 meals a day. So how I eat. Usually, I eat 2 big meals. So on days that I do not have to go to work, I usually will eat my first meal around 10 or 11 a.m., okay? I know for some people, they're thinking, oh, how do you do that? It's so hard. I would be so hungry. And when my wife says that, I tell her, man cannot live by bread alone. Just a joke, which means that there's more important things than eating. So normally I'll eat 1 meal at 10 or 11 a.m. and then I will eat a big dinner around 5 or 6 p.m. with my wife. So the only times that I eat 3 times a day are when I work early in the morning and then I go to the gym to work out before work, okay? So if I have to work at 6:30 a.m., I'll go to the gym at 4:30 a.m., work out for 1 hour, and then go to work. So guys, when I do that, I am so hungry. I'm starving. So guys, starving is actually not a good thing. Starving means that you are dying of hunger. You're so hungry that your body is dying. It's eating itself. But people say that all the time when they're very hungry. They will say, I'm starving, I need to eat. But now that I think about it, that sounds really bad because there are a lot of people in the world who are actually starving. So, but yeah, on days where I eat 3 meals, I eat smaller meals. So I'll eat a smaller meal after the gym before I start working. Then I'll eat another medium-sized meal at lunchtime at work. And then I'll eat my big meal after I get home from work. So another big part of my diet, which I know is not good for me and I'm trying to slow down, coffee. Coffee, guys. I will drink black coffee in the morning when I'm not eating, and it helps me to not be so hungry and give me energy. And there's no calories in this. I drink my coffee black, no cream, no milk, no sugar. I just like it black. All right, guys, let's show you how I cook and eat pretty much every day. Okay, guys, let's make meal number 1. Like I said, when I don't work very early in the day and I don't get up very early to go to the gym, I usually just eat twice. So this is going to be the first of my 2 meals today. All right, let's check out our ingredients. The things that we are going to use to make this meal. We have eggs, going to use a little bit of butter. This is sausage, pork sausage. Now I know that a lot of people all around the world do not or cannot eat pork, both for health reasons or religious reasons. So if that is your case and you don't or can't eat pork, they make sausage just like this out of beef and even out of turkey. So check that out. It's really good too. I just like pork because I like fattier meat, because when you're cooking, my friends, fat is flavor. I've got some cheese right here, some really good high quality cheese, and I bought this at a local farm by my house. I prefer to buy things from local farms than to go to the big stores because I want to support local families, right? That's what you should do. And then we've got these. These are wraps. We're going to basically make breakfast burritos, or you could call them breakfast wraps. Now we call them wraps because you wrap them up. Now, to wrap is a very useful verb in English. You can wrap up burritos, you can wrap a present. To wrap is a very useful verb, so don't forget that, to wrap. We are going to make a breakfast wrap. So, I'm making some rice right now. I forgot to mention that ingredient, but my rice is cooking right now, and while it's cooking, I'm going to get everything ready. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is to grate some of this delicious farm fresh cheese. This, my friends, this is called a cheese grater, and you use it to grate cheese. Right now, I am grating cheese. Let me grate this cheese, and then we'll talk about the next step. Okay guys, now that we have our grated cheese, let's crack some eggs. Okay guys, cracking eggs, to crack eggs is also something very useful to know in English, because many times if you're watching a recipe video or a cooking show, they will say to crack eggs. That just means to open up the eggs, put them in a bowl. Alright, so now I'm going to cook my sausage and my eggs. I'm not going to show you all of that because this is not a cooking video, it's just an English video. I just wanted to show you guys some very useful verbs like grating cheese and cracking eggs. So I'll show you guys when I'm ready to put this together. Alright guys, it is time to make these sausage, egg, rice, and cheese breakfast wraps. I'm also going to teach you guys another very useful phrase in English, which is meal prepping. Meal prepping, and we are about to meal prep. What is meal prepping? Meal prepping is when you cook one time, but you make meals for more than one day. For example, we're going to make one wrap here. I'm going to eat that right now. I'm going to make 2 other wraps right here. But I am not going to eat those today. I'm going to eat those tomorrow and the next day. This way, when I wake up, I do not have to cook. That is the best part about meal prepping. You cook one time, and then you get to eat for a couple days without cooking again. Meal prepping is cool, and it helps you to be healthier, because if you already have food prepared and ready, you will not be thinking, maybe I should eat this bread, this donut, this cake. You're going to think, no, I already have my healthy meal in the refrigerator. Let me just eat that. Alright guys, so now we're going to put equal parts of all the things we cooked on each thing. Boom, boom, on each wrap. So we're going to start cheese. Let's put cheese on each wrap. And I know this looks like a lot of cheese. That's because it is. This is a very healthy cheese, and I love cheese. I know some of you guys probably cannot eat cheese or drink too much milk because it makes your stomach hurt. That happens to my wife. But me, I could eat cheese and drink milk all day and it does not hurt me. So I love dairy. And what is dairy? Dairy is what we call any food that is made by milk. Dairy. Dairy products. Cheese, yogurt, milk, dairy products. Now, the white rice that I prepared, the white rice that I cooked earlier, we're gonna put some of that on each one. I hope all this stuff's gonna fit on these. Now we've got our eggs. These are the eggs that I made. We'll put an equal part of eggs on each one. And last, the sausage. All right, guys. Now let's see if we could even wrap these things up. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And with this meal, I'm going to have another dairy product that I really like that I bought from the local farm. This is called kefir. And kefir is like a yogurt that you can drink. It is very good for you, and I think it's delicious. It tastes so healthy. All right, let's try the first meal of the day. Sausage, rice, and egg, and cheese breakfast wrap. That's delicious. All right, guys, I'll show you when I'm going to make my next meal and the last meal of the day. See you in a couple hours. All right, guys, dinner time. Guess what I'm gonna make? Wife, what am I gonna make?
Ramen.
I'm going to make some ramen noodles, a Japanese dish. You could just buy a little bag that has the ramen noodles in it, but we're gonna make it with all these ingredients. It's going to be delicious. So let's go over our ingredients. Here, we've got some beef. This is gonna be a beef ramen or a steak ramen. Right here, we have what we call in English mushrooms. This is called bok choy. Some of you guys, if you're in Asia, you may know what this is, bok choy. Got some garlic here, some ginger, and we're going to use the broth to make the soup. So first things I'm going to do, smash up garlic. Okay, and then we need just a little piece of ginger, guys. Ginger is very strong, so you don't need a lot. Maybe a piece like that. We're gonna get this heating up in a pan, and then we'll get our broth going. We'll cut up our other vegetables, and I'll show you guys where we're at in just a minute. All right, guys, so we have our garlic chopped up. This is to chop, to chop. We have our ginger chopped up, to chop, to chop. Chopping is an important verb. We have our bok choy boiling in water for just a couple minutes, and now we're going to put it into some cold water. This is called blanching. You make it softer, but it still is a little bit crunchy. You take it out before it gets too soft. And we'll put it in the cold water. That's blanched. I'm gonna put it in the fridge until we're ready for it. The refrigerator, guys, the refrigerator. I just said something very native. The fridge, okay, the fridge. That's what we call the refrigerator if you're a native English speaker from the US. In Britain, they say weird things. They probably say, "Oi, get me something from the cold box, mate." Something like that. All right, guys, I've got this little pot. This is what our broth is going to go into. It's hot, and there's a little bit of oil in there. We're gonna put our garlic and our ginger in there. Ooh, it smells already. And guys, this is gonna be delicious. And I wanna start this before I start the meat, because you wanna cook this for a little while and let those flavors really get into the broth. All right, we're gonna let the broth cook for a little bit while I get everything else ready. I'm going to cook the meat, and I'll show you as we bring it all together and serve up a couple of delicious bowls of ramen for my beautiful wife and myself. See you guys in a minute. All right, guys, take the beef out. And now, if you watch any video of somebody who knows how to cook steak, they're going to tell you to let it rest. Rest. You gotta let the steak rest, okay? It has something to do with, if you cut it right away, all of the juices will squirt right out of it, and we do not want that. We want a juicy steak. Juicy steak. So while we let this rest for about 10 minutes, we're going to start cooking our mushrooms, which I already cut. We're gonna cook that in the same pan that the steak was in. And then we're going to cook our noodles, and everything is gonna come together deliciously. See you guys in a minute. Okay guys, everything is starting to come together. Now we have to slice our steak. So the difference between the verb to chop and to slice. Let me explain it. This is chopping. This, come here wife. This is slicing. That's slicing. That is slicing. So we're going to slice the steak. That's slicing. This is chopping. Slice up our steak. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I can't wait, guys. I am getting hungry. Slicing the steak. Oops. That means the noodles are ready, right with them. This one is for my child who doesn't want to eat ramen. You know how kids are. Drain the water. All right, guys, time to put it all together. Got our noodles in the bowl here. Now we take our delicious broth, put that over the noodles. I'm only using this to be careful and not make a big mess.
No?
All right, guys, now the fun part. Now we gotta make it look good. So we're gonna take our eggs here, put those here. These eggs came out ugly, but that's okay. So you know what? Let's just show this one. Show the pretty one. And we will do some mushrooms, some of these delicious mushrooms.
And we just make one first, yeah.
And then we take one of our bok choys here, like that.
Wow.
And we'll take our steak. And that is a professional bowl of ramen. You get it in good light?
Wow.
Okay, guys, that's how I like to eat. We don't eat ramen every day, but my wife really wanted it, so I decided to make it for her. Let me know, guys, do you think it's weird the way I eat? Is it way different from how you eat? Tell me in the comments below. I hope that you learned some good vocabulary from this video. You enjoyed watching the food that I eat and seeing how some guy on the other side of the world likes to eat his food. All right, my friends, thank you for watching. See you later.